robust urban garlic flavor.
An insanely tiny Friends of Grimace sticker. Ooh, I'm a friend of Grimace. A friend of Grimace? I'm gonna put this on my car so everyone knows I'm a friend of Grimace. What is this? This is an adult Happy Meal. What does an adult do with a tiny sticker that says friend of Grimace? Again, this was spun as something an adult would want for nostalgia purposes. What would I do with this? I mean, I know Grimace. What do I do with this?
Probably 2.5 out of 5 because the quarter pounder was the only good thing in all of this food. Still bad. Okay? And this, you wanna know what this is? Trash. That's what you do. You order it, you look at it, you say, I got scammed. All right, that's my fault for thinking they were gonna give me something good. I got fooled because the Minecraft meals actually were decent. This was trash. That's where it belongs. That's where it's going.
I've seen a lot of stupid stuff on the internet. Like just today, I saw that somebody put a toaster in the bathtub that was filled with water. The toaster was plugged in and they were in it. And apparently this was the second time they've done so. Yeah, somebody is gonna be going for a Darwin Award right now. Because usually when that happens, you get electrocuted and you end up like King Cobra. R.I.P. Now his chair will have nobody to sit in it. But I guess Boogie would fit in there. Most of the time, people do these very stupid things just to get attention because the internet is a very crowded place and people want to be e-famous desperately, and if they're not eye candy or they don't offer something that's really unique and interesting, they gotta be desperate, and sometimes even the dumb eye candy have to do things to get attention as well.
It's also completely melted. It had whipped cream on top, but it's completely melted. It's very, very blue. It says McDonaldland on the front. And that's it. It just has the characters, like it has Ronald McDonald, Mayor McCheese, Hamburglar, Birdie, and Grimace all there, if you can see them. And you can see that the whipped cream has melted and poured into the shake.
With Darkside Phil, he was born just at the right moment where YouTube was at its infancy at the right time for him, where he could just upload hundreds of videos a day, recording from a camera, and get famous from utilizing an exploit in the YouTube system. Now, YouTube changed their algorithm over the years, and DSP's boring content got kicked to the wayside.
So I think people are apprehensive to subscribe. Oh, I don't know. Every time I subscribe to a Phil channel, I get flooded with videos or whatever. You know, people will subscribe. Not that it's a huge deal, because it doesn't, for me, subscriber numbers have never meant a thing. I've always gotten way more views on all of my channels on YouTube than people who subscribe. So I love it when people say, oh, million subscribers and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but then you look, and my channel has more views. DSPgaming, a channel that only has 180,000 subscribers, has more views than YouTube channels out there with 1 million subscribers.
But he has survived being a live streamer. So what he does to stay afloat is to aggressively panhandle. Like, he aggressively e-begs every 5 minutes. If you don't give him enough money, he will let you know.
We'll have to figure out which way to go. All right, this is the perfect time to split the part. When I come back, we do the second half of the Food World, layer 1400, here on Donkey Kong Bonanza. I hope that you guys are enjoying. Let's get another nap. And then we'll continue on. Very nice. Okay, let's put the part and continue right here.
Bet you dreamed about bananas.
Okay, time for a quick break while I pee, everyone. When I come back, another hour of Donkey Kong Bonanza. We are past the halfway point of support. Please, can we get some more support, whether it's a super chat, a tip, a membership, a sub. Let's hit the goal tonight. We didn't hit it earlier. We were this close, and we didn't hit it on the first stream. Let's hit the goal on tonight's stream for Donkey Kong Bonanza, okay? Let's go. I'll be right back.
And it's become a circus where Phil is kept afloat by about 5 different whales that donate to him through a bunch of sock accounts. And it reached a climax this week as DSP desperately begged to do DSP Tries It. A whale that he banned prior came back to kick and gifted a ton of subs. And at the end of the week, because he did a short streaming week, he decided to do DSP Tries It, even though he didn't fully hit the requirements that he had, because, you know, he took the money from the whale that he banned anyway. And his other main whale gave him a ton of money on that stream. So he was like, yeah, I'm swimming in the money anyway. We're going to do DSP Tries It, because it's not really a goal. It is a way for him to pat himself on the back for getting a bunch of money and begging successfully for another week.
And like I said, what we're going to need to do, honestly, to make it happen this week, if you want the McDonald's Adult Happy Meal, we're going to have some streams where I think we're going to have to double up. Because I guarantee you, when I play Mafia, probably not going to do so well. Suikoden 2, it's a question mark now. I do hope we get the audience back for when I played Suikoden 1, because they were very supportive. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come back for the sequel. You know, they have to, first of all, those people have to even know I'm playing it. I hope they get the word. I've been talking about it. It's on the schedule now, okay? And even like tonight on the late stream, I'm playing GTA 4. And I'm nervous because that also hasn't hit support goals, right? So, if you want to see this Adult Happy Meal, we got to make it happen. All right? Cool.
So what did he choose to do this week? Well, he let his viewers decide, and they picked the McDonald's Adult Happy Meal. And immediately from when they picked it, he started to complain.
All right, well, it looks like, I'm going to reload, but it looks like on the kick side, the McDonald's Adult Happy Meal has resoundingly won with 65% of the votes. However, there were only 23 votes. And then on YouTube, holy moly, over 100 people have voted on YouTube, and 70% have voted for the McDonald's Adult Happy Meal. I guess you guys really want the McDonald's Adult Happy Meal, huh? I really don't know why. You might regret it. I'm just telling you, I might really regret it, seriously, but let's do it, fine. I'll buy 2, just like I did with the Minecraft meal. I'll buy 2 Adult Happy Meals, so that way I can have 2 toys. I'll get 1 of each. Now, because I'm doing this for you, because you voted for the adult meal, all right, you better support these streams. We got to make this happen by the end of this week. The sooner the better. Right now, if we hit 8 goals during this stream while I'm playing Battlefield 6, I will order 2 Adult Happy Meals from McDonald's on this stream, and we will eat them. All right? But we got to get that support going now. So let's go. Let's hit our first goal right now. All right, let's get our first gifted sub of the week. We have reset. It's Sunday. The leaderboard is reset. Let's get our first gifted sub of the week right now.
The following Thursday.
But I don't like pistachio!
Then why did you ask for it?
It's like, then why did you put that as a choice, Philip? So he gets the McDonald's Happy Meal, which he probably would have been happier with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles / Hello Kitty McDonald's collab Happy Meal, because it would have been cheaper. He splurges on 2, a Chicken Nuggets Happy Meal and a Quarter Pounder Happy Meal, where one had the special McDonaldland shake and the other had a chocolate milkshake. He did not like the special McDonaldland shake. It was probably like a raspberry blueberry type of shake. I haven't tasted it yet, but he also complained about McDonald's app, it being more expensive in different restaurants. Yeah, let me explain that to you, Phil. The franchisee sets the pricing. There could be a ton of factors. It could be cost, it could be demand, it could be just where their rent is. But you know, Philip had to complain about that. He went to the cheapest place, obviously, and then there was a surcharge on DoorDash that made it more expensive because he never goes and picks up his food because he's live streaming during. So instead of picking up the food before one of his streams, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna wait until the very end, then order the food, then have a DoorDash driver get it to me, go through my gate, and by the time it gets there, any ice cream or milkshake or something cold like that is going to be melted. And he has the same complaint every single time. It's like, Phil, why even ordering this stuff anymore if you know it's going to happen every single time? So in the past, he actually used to go to restaurants with his now ex Panda Lee, and they'd film it and they'd do it, but Phil has become much more reclusive, so he doesn't do that anymore. He barely goes out of the house, like he says, once a week, and he spends most of the time sitting in his office telling his fans that he really needs that money and demanding that they tip him, or otherwise he's going to quit games.
People are saying, why didn't Jeff save the stream? I don't know. I have just received Absolutely nothing. Mario Kart is still canceled. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm serious. Sorry. No more Mario Kart trolls. Make this up. You really can't make this up. I just received absolutely nothing. I'm still not playing Mario Kart again. So choke on it. Oh, excuse me.
So he got 3 snack wraps and 2 adult Happy Meals, which I'm sure he gave the alleged scraps to his wife, because at the end of the day, when he was throwing a fit about the adult toys that were in there, he didn't want to put the sauce and get it all messy. So that tells you somebody's probably sifting through it afterwards.
Oh, I don't want to spill that because there's sauce in it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this special edition of DSP Tries It.
I have to do, eat garbage. Okay.
So he has most of 2 of the snack wraps, the quarter pounder. He doesn't really touch the nuggets.
I got a little bit, but it's still very dry.
And then he gets to the collectibles, which he's not happy with. Now, McDonald's, they actually did have some collectibles that were actually good. They had like a 6 series video cassette tape, which was obviously a steal if you get that in a Happy Meal. I don't know what the price was back in the 90s, but come on. Basically all part of their marketing plan to indoctrinate kids, so kids will be McDonald's customers for life. But I don't know, I just don't get that appeal anymore. They don't have red roofs, so just all look like coffee shops, so it's like, that'll drink coffee. So not much there for me because I don't like their sugar burgers. And it's like you get the cravings, you get the McTummy ache if you have the drink with it. So I'm like, nah, I'll stay away from McDonald's. But Phil, in his infinite wisdom, decided to get 2 Happy Meals, probably because he was going to give the rest of the leftover food to Kat, his wife. So the first one was a Grimace Happy Meal, because they give you like these random trinkets. So he was not happy with the tin and the stuff that was inside because it was a bunch of stickers and postcards. And Phil was not impressed.
There's the evidence. It says, most likely to throw a lit birthday party. And all of this is for kids. This isn't for adults.
Yeah, it was an adult toy, Phil. He wanted something that he could actually like put on display and play with. Like you could put the tin in front of your YouTube play button. Just a suggestion. Or maybe, you know, since you haven't covered that cardboard box that you have behind your flicking screen. Just a thought, Philip. And then his second one was a Hamburglar one, which would have been really funny if he got the same Grimace thing. Because you know, in the McDonald's, they probably have it all stacked up in a corner. And then when somebody orders a Happy Meal, they just put it in there. But yeah, he was expecting to be wowed. Because this is the man who demands a gourmet treatment from fast food places of all things. It makes him feel very important to like criticize everything and stuff like that. That's why he demands so much money from his fans, because it's like, if I don't get this certain amount of money per day, then it means my fans don't love me. But if I do get it, I do. They do love me. That's how Phil thinks, basically.
It's just okay. Sadly, this is way better than the Big Mac. Keep up, Hamburglar and I are mid-heist. What a great sticker. I'm going to put that all over the place. I'm going to make copies of that one illegally. I'm going to place that all over my home.
Of course, the Hamburglar stuff he complained a lot about.
And he says, is there something as a kid that you desperately wanted but you never got? Like a toy or a video game? Now this is a funny story. This is a very funny story, okay? My parents go, we're very sorry, Philip, but we couldn't find the action figure. I said, I told you to buy the figure. Why don't you listen to me?
Usually, you have to hit 10 goals to get a DSP Tries It reward, so that's $1,500. He was being nice this week just because he basically wanted to eat it on Thursday because he took an extra day off. It was $13.50, 9 goals. But he has the gall to complain about the quality of the food and the price. It's like, Phil, for one, you order DoorDash, so it makes it more expensive. 2, you ask over $1,000 to eat fast food. And it's not like your fans are getting this huge reward. You don't edit a video, you just pretend that you do because you just hit start on OBS, you eat it, and you give a mild review. You end it. You don't edit it at all. You load it on your second channel where you get 55 minutes of unedited garbage that, as of right now, you got 1,000 views in 24 hours, which is a lot for you, but for a YouTuber that's been doing this for 18 years, that is atrocious. And then you make a big stink out of it, because I think that's what you really like to do. You just like to complain. And I think at the back of your head, you think that the stuff you throw out, like, okay, maybe if I rage hard enough that it will get attention from the internet and I'll go viral. But Phil, you are only going viral nowadays because people are clipping you and putting up your stupid gameplay and your stupid gaffes on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, any place where there's video sharing. DSP's mess ups are going to be there because he is a 220 man.
What is this? Can anyone explain this to me? It's just like a logo and it says Robble, and then in the other smaller diamonds it again says Robble.
He doesn't understand what people like about him, or he does, well, I think he does, he just does not want to be the butt of the joke, so he won't laugh at himself. Instead, he will run a stream where it's very boring and nobody wants to chat because you can either talk about Phil in an extremely positive light, you can't criticize him whatsoever, unless you give him tons of money, then you can criticize him, or the game. So if you're not in for a chill, positive time where Phil stares blankly and most of the time angrily at the screen, while tilting his head to the side every 5 minutes looking at the chat to see if any contributions came in. And then if they didn't, he would have a whole pre-stream audit of how much money he's received and how much he expects to get by the end of the stream. Then you are gone watching him on another streamer, illegally restreaming him, because watching Phil is like watching paint dry. And this is another example of the man-child trying to go viral, but not understanding what people actually use his content for and clip it and chop it up and edit it to make it go viral, because Phil refuses to edit because he doesn't want to look at his very imperfect stream and really make himself look like a joke, because that's what this is. You're an adult 43-year-old man complaining about fast food, expecting it to be gourmet, but it's really fast, cheap, and mediocre.
It says explore the hamburger patch. So again, they're going with the lore, okay, that they plant hamburgers and the hamburgers actually grow in like the backyard garden. That's what they're going with. Okay? Again, kind of disturbing to tell a kid, hey, you're going to eat a living hamburger. A living creature has eyeballs on it. You're about to eat it. You actually have to explain to the kid, it's just a joke. It's not real. Because you're eating this. It's not alive. When you bite into it, it's already dead. Right?
Now, the one thing you can argue about a lot of these fast food places is they have raised their prices significantly, and that's actually hurt McDonald's because their main demographic is lower income people, and they can't afford to eat out at McDonald's as often as they did, so they're just skipping it entirely. And I don't blame them, because it's like you look at a combo meal over $10, like a burger, fries, and a drink, it's like, come on, like I can just go to a diner at a comparable or slightly higher cost, but the quality is a lot better. So I don't need garbage fast food from McDonald's, and Phil orders all this stuff, which, come on, he's not eating that on his own. You know he's sharing with his wife.
This is utter trash. 100% rip off. Not worth it at all. Complete and utter garbage. The food is bad. None of this food is good. Oh, look, a French fry. Bland. Flavorless. Awful. I can't believe people eat this all the time. Like, did you know there's people in the United States, and probably worldwide, but in the United States, they eat this junk so often that they are morbidly obese.
So he set himself up where he was in this position to just complain about something because that's what he likes to do. He likes to complain when his fans don't give him enough money. He likes to complain about multiplayer games when he doesn't win. And he loves complaining about fast food when it doesn't meet his standard, which is ridiculously high.
Eating this awful food. If you're gonna eat awful food, go to somewhere where it tastes good. Why are you spending your money at McDonald's? Of all places. Well, I'm hungry. I guess I'll have more of my awful burger.
But I think Phil is really living in the past like 15, 20 years ago, where he was still part of the fighting game community, and at the tail end of that was popular on YouTube before people figured out what kind of low effort content creator Phil really was. But I digress. Those are my thoughts about this 43-year-old man making a big deal about McDonald's food with a terrible thumbnail and absolutely no effort editing put in there, but he expects somehow to get rewarded for it. And you know, his whales do reward him for it, because that's the only thing keeping him afloat is the live streaming, because he can't get 5,000 views on a video to save his life.
Going absolutely everywhere. Standard McDonald's fries, of course. Not very good. Personally, I don't really like McDonald's fries that much, but I find them addictive. Like when you eat one, you just want to keep going, even if they're not good, right?